So, you think getting rich is just about hitting the jackpot or being born into money? Think again. Mark Cuban started off munching on mac and cheese and sharing a space with his roommates, yet now he's a billionaire. This isn't some rags to riches fairy story, but a calculated, methodical approach to wealth that anyone can replicate. So, in today's video, we will cover a proven strategy from a man who turned door-to-door garbage bag sales into a financial empire. If you're tired of daydreaming about wealth and ready to take real steps towards it, you'll want to stick around. Trust me, what you're about to hear could change the trajectory of your financial life forever. Without further ado, let's get started.
There's certain things you need to do in order to put yourself in the best position to be rich.
Number 8. Live below your means. Mark Cuban, the billionaire investor and owner of the Dallas Mavericks, didn't start his journey to wealth by swimming in luxury. His early days were all about embracing frugality. He once said, "Your biggest enemies are your bills," and he meant it. You see, living a modest lifestyle was crucial to his path to success.
Don't follow your dreams, follow your effort. You know, you'll find that the harder you work at something, the better you are. The better you are, the better chance you have of success.
After college, Cuban didn't take time to buy a fancy house. Instead, he moved into one with 5 roommates, crunched on mac and cheese for dinner, and drove around in an old car. His secret? He invested in his dreams and ambitions rather than splurging on flashy things. It's a powerful reminder that adopting a frugal mindset can be your ticket to financial success. The formula is simple. Save, invest, and make intelligent decisions. When you build a financial cushion, you can explore exciting investment opportunities. We've all heard the phrase, keeping up with the Joneses. Mark Cuban has a different mantra. Don't even try until you're truly wealthy. The point he's making here is crystal clear. If you're chasing wealth, the last thing you should do is give in to lifestyle inflation. It's easy to fall into the trap of spending more as your income grows. A new car, designer clothes, fancy dinners. The temptation is all around. But Cuban strongly advises against this until you've reached your financial goals. Number 7. Pay the bills with a job. Before the millions started rolling in, he walked a path many of us can relate to. He wasn't born a millionaire. He worked through various jobs to make ends meet. Cuban started his entrepreneurial endeavors by, wait for it, selling door-to-door garbage bags. But here's the thing, he didn't rely on this venture to make him rich. No, his first business wasn't the magical ticket to wealth. Your very first business or job might not be the one that turns you into a millionaire. It's about establishing a foundation, not striking gold right away. Don't expect to hit it big with your first venture. It's not a lack of talent or ambition. Building a fortune usually takes a few tries. You need experience and resources to make it happen. So, in the early days, focusing on paying your bills is crucial. This might mean having a regular job or starting a small, easy business to cover expenses. Remember, you can't construct a thriving empire if you can't even put food on the table. Number 6. Pay for your life with equity. Cuban knows that having a job can put food on the table, but it usually can't make you rich. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a tiny teaspoon. So, what's the secret ingredient to creating real wealth? It's about owning a business or having a piece of something that has the potential to grow in value over time. This is standard advice among people who've hit the millionaire or billionaire status. Cuban, for example, saw his net worth skyrocket to a staggering $300 million when his second business went public. It was a moment of clarity for him, the instant he realized he was set for life. The big takeaway here is that you're not likely to amass substantial wealth from your job alone. The math just doesn't add up. You see, no typical 9-to-5 gig will drop millions into your bank account every year. Even when we look at high-profile earners like superstar athletes, it's not just about a paycheck. Take Messi, for example. His deal with Inter Miami is worth a jaw-dropping $150 million over 2.5 years. But that's not just a job, it's an investment in ticket sales, merchandise, PR, and building the Messi brand. Number 5. Play with your team. Cuban knows you can only go with others when building a successful business. It would help if you had a strong team by your side. However, his advice isn't just about having a team, It's about working with your team, not just barking orders at them from above. And well, he practices what he preaches. When he purchased the Dallas Mavericks, he didn't just sit back and count his money. Nope, he got down in the trenches, mingled with customers, and leading by example. He even set up his office next to the sales team and made phone calls. The message here is clear. If you're serious about building wealth, you will eventually need a team around you. And if you want that team to achieve great things, they need to work with you, not just for you. Remember, when Cuban sold a company for $6 million and got $2 million from it, he remembered his employees. They got $1 million too. The key lesson here is that you won't get very far by bossing people around and ordering them to do things you wouldn't do yourself. That's different from how you build a solid and effective team. It would help if you had great teammates right there with you. Number 4, value over passion. So let's talk about advice that's almost become a cliche. Follow your passion. It's the kind of thing you hear all the time, right? But Mark Cuban, always the contrarian, challenges this notion. He suggests that while passion is essential, it's not the only ingredient for success. Instead, focus on your strengths and what
Everybody's got something that they're good at, and the hard part is just finding it.
you're genuinely good at. Now, why does he say this? Well, Cuban makes a pretty solid argument. He believes that your strengths, those things you're naturally good at, are your ticket to financial success. Passion alone might not necessarily put dollars in your pocket, but those skills and strengths certainly can. Cuban uses himself as an example. You know, before he was a billionaire businessman, he was passionate about being a professional basketball player. Sounds cool, right? There was just one little hiccup. He had a 7-inch vertical jump. Not exactly slam dunk material. So he turned his passion for basketball into a passion for business instead. And you know how that turned out. Cuban's point is that you should find something you're passionate about and good at, then put in the hard work to develop those skills. Number 3, when it's time to make the jump, go for it. Mark Cuban says it's natural to feel intimidated when you're about to leap from a stable job or situation into the wild world of entrepreneurship. And you know what? That's completely okay, because, well, it's scary. But recognize when to take that risk is a crucial part of the process. Cuban's message is clear. Staying too long in your comfort zone can limit your potential for financial growth. If you want to build wealth, you've got to be prepared to step out of that comfort zone when the right opportunities come knocking. But here's the other side of the coin. Success, as Cuban will tell you, takes hard work. And we're talking severe, roll up your sleeves, put in the effort kind of work. In a world of competition, you must be ready to outwork everyone in your industry. You've got to know your business inside and out. No shortcuts, no substitutes. Number 2, find what you're good at and make the effort to become great. We've all heard everyone has unique talents and strengths, right? Well, Mark Cuban doubles down on this idea. He firmly believes that inside each of us, there's something we're naturally good at. But more than just having talent is needed. It's just the starting point. What you need to do next is invest the effort required to become exceptional in that area. You see, talent is like a seed. With proper care and hard work, it can grow into something unique. So how do you go about it? First, you'll probably need to study your subject relentlessly. You've got to be like a sponge, soaking up all the knowledge and skills you can. You might also need to cross-train your brain by studying other topics of interest. Now, you might wonder how learning about unrelated topics helps. Well, here's an interesting tidbit. Research published by the Association for Psychological Science found that what often sets Nobel Prize winners apart from others is their multidisciplinary experience. In simpler terms, they didn't just stick to their field, they ventured into other areas, and the same applies to top athletes. Number 1, save as much as possible. Cuban is a big fan of being a smart shopper. He believes in buying in bulk. You've probably done it yourself, grabbing that mega pack of toothpaste or a year's supply of soap. The cool thing about this is that bulk buying often discounts you. And discounts are like little money-saving hugs, right? Cuban's idea is pretty simple. Cut down on your everyday expenses. For most of us, that's easier than deciphering the stock market. Instead of buying things one by one, when possible, grab a bunch. Get that discount and watch your overall spending go down. But here's another money tip from the Cuban playbook. He suggests that everyone should aim to have at least 6 months' worth of salary stashed away. It's like having a financial safety net. Life can throw unexpected curveballs. You might want to change your job, or your boss might decide it's time for you to move on to new adventures. Having some money saved up can make those transitions much smoother. So, are you ready to ditch the get-rich-quick scheme and start building your financial empire the Mark Cuban way? Comment down below. See you in the next one.